Welcome back to Tropical Boise. My name is Rich. I just wanted to give a little update video. It is June 26th, so we're starting to head into the hot time of the season here in Boise. So I want to update kind of everything that we've had going on from winter. I know it's been quite a while since I made a video, so let's go check it out. All right, so first thing, not really dealing with tropical things, but I did build a kind of a dock for my above ground pool, which has been nice this summer. And so I've moved some things around here. You know, we have the Mediterranean fan palm. If you remember, he's doing really well. Super happy. Made it through the winter just fine. Got all sorts of new growth on the inside, looking nice and clean. So pretty pleased with the way that one went. The one failure from the winter, although I don't necessarily think it was winter that killed him. So the needle palm, I think he's dead, but I haven't gotten rid of him just yet because there's still some green on there. But he should have been fine, but I also had another plant over here that died when it got warm, so I don't know if I didn't have enough water to him. He's a 6A palm, so he should have been fine. Everything else came through just marvelous through the winter. So I did replace him with a Mediterranean fan, or not Mediterranean, this is a windmill palm. I actually bought in a 2-pack from Costco. I put one in the ground and one in a pot, which I'll show you here in a little bit. So that's kind of fun. Back here in the corner, a lady out in Middleton was giving away prickly pear cactuses, which, you know, the blooms have kind of gone away now, but so that's kind of a fun addition to keep some green stuff over here. And I had a plant like this over here, if you remember from the videos. This is not the same one. The one over here was by that needle palm, and he died right up, and I think it was mostly water, because these are pretty reliable here. You see these all over Boise. These aren't something that should have a huge problem. And put a couple of more in, just again in the wintertime. I want, you know, greenery over here. Going back to some of the palms, we've got this windmill, who you remember from the winter. He's done great. This is a brand new frond here from the spear this winter. He's got a pretty healthy new spear down there, and he's got one about ready to open. Still see the brown from where the Christmas lights burned him a little bit in a couple of places, but totally worth it for having it be able to survive. I don't know if you remember this guy, the banana tree that I had in the garage that I showed a little bit. I decided to put him in the ground because he was, you know, too big to really fit in that garage or out here in a pot anymore. He had root balled out of that pot. So I'm gonna try it. I don't know that much about bananas, so if anybody does, you know, write in comments. I'm just thinking about chopping him off or building a little house for him. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with him come winter, because, you know, like I say, he won't survive here unless I do protect him. But I do love having that banana tree there. So if anybody has any ideas on that, that would be great. Over here, the big one, the California fan palm, he's looking just fantastic. That trunk continues to get bigger. He's got, you know, this is the spear from the winter. He's got new one right here starting to open, another one in there, and then, you know, I'm sure you probably can't quite see in here, but he does have a third new spear in there as well that's getting ready to go. So he's just great. I'm hoping to get some really good growth out of him this summer. That would be sweet if we could. And then if you remember my fruit trees, they've really kind of gone crazy. Got some lemons on this guy here. This is probably the biggest one on there. You can see, you know, with the size of my hand, that's a pretty good size lemon. The lime tree hasn't done as well. He's got one lime on him, and that's just kind of under here. So hopefully over the summer he'll produce some more. As I mentioned, bought that 2-pack from Costco. This is that other windmill palm. So I'd probably leave him in a pot and see what he does, you know, over the course of the winter when I move him inside. Over the sago palm, he's back outside. He goes in. This is kind of fun. We've got some pineapple plants, and they actually produce some pups. So I cut those off, and we'll kind of see what happens here. My cactuses, they're doing really well out here. They're enjoying it quite a bit. And then kind of the last thing I want to show you is those windmill palms, or not windmill, these are Mexican fan palms that I grew from seed. And they were in my office in that window all winter long, and this is one of them, and, you know, looking pretty healthy. Wind snapped this one off, but again, I think that's bringing them back out. We do get some wind here in the spring, so that tends to happen. And then the other one over here also, I grew from seed, so hopefully one of these days, one of these guys will go in the ground here as well. You know, You know, I like the, and again, his snapped off here, but he's got a new spear in there, and he's pretty happy in this location. So, you know, one of these days, hopefully one or two of them will go in the ground. The final one that you'll remember is this more of a palm kind of shrub here. I can't really remember what he's called, but survived the winter just great, doing well. He's got some new growth down in there as well. He's got some new spears that are coming up, looking nice and green. And this is the last one. This is also this was in that same batch with these other Mexican fan palms. He's alive, but just not nearly as happy as the other one. So anyways, just wanted to give you guys a quick update of where things stand in Boise, Idaho with palm trees in zone 7. So again, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.